nostalgia that the idea of setting up the National Peace Council was mooted after the death of the late Yana Yakubu Andani II. Despite the difficulties, the funeral rites of both the late Nama Muhammadu Abdullahi and the late Na Yakubu Andani II have taken place, therefore paving the way for the selection of Na Abukar Muhammad II as the new Yana. The Peace Council notes with gratitude the manner in which the news of the selection of Yana Abukar Muhammad was received by all the different parties in the Dagbon traditional area and Ghana as a whole. The National Peace Council believes that the relevance and the timeliness of the investiture of Yana II should not be lost on the people of Dagbon and Ghanaians in general. The occasion must be seen as an auspicious opportunity for Dagbon to chart a new course of renewing her rich historical past for rapid socio-economic development. The Council urges all the people in the Dagbon traditional area to see themselves as one people, and this is very important in charting new course for Dagbon and its development. These Ghanaians in and outside the Dagbon state to support the process of healing and restoration. Fellow Ghanaians, permit me on behalf of the board and staff of the National Peace Council to express our profound gratitude to all who have made this day possible. We congratulate Utumfo Setutu II, the Asantehene, the Nayeri and Yabomura, our Royal Majesties, for facilitating the process of restoring peace at Dagbon. We also congratulate the President, His Excellency, for his faith in the Utumfo-led committee and for the government's unflinching support to the process. Our congratulations also goes to the Regional Security Council, RESEC, and the Regional Peace Council. We further congratulate the various youth groups, the forum, civil society groups, and individuals who in diverse ways contributed to this success story. Ghana is forever grateful to you all. In conclusion, the Council calls on all Ghanaians, especially the people of Dagbon, to Yana Abukar II all the support he needs to succeed, and to note further that our four leaders have endeavored to keep Ghana in harmony. We should not allow few individuals and groups to sow seeds of discord and divisions among us. As a people, we have a duty to promote those things that have worked for us towards the maintenance of peace and national cohesion over the years. May God be with the new Yana Abukar Muhammad II and the people of Dagbon. Long live the Dagbon state, long live Ghana.
We thank you very much, Chairman of the National Peace Council, Right Reverend Asante, for your solidarity message. The chiefs you are seeing here are representing the new King of Dagbon, His Royal Highness Yana Abukar II, coming to officially welcome His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to this historic occasion. Next on the program lineup is a solidarity speech on behalf of the Asantehene of Tutu II and the Committee of Eminent Kings Mediation Committee that succeeded in bringing all of us together today to celebrate today's historic event. Asantehene is the next person to represent the Asantehene-led committee to address the gathering. Thank you.
Na yabe tolong banglana, na yab dia banglana, na bapur fana, na bapur patanglana. Tobam potong banzolan na wama. Chanchen nebete pue, Asantehene.
Those are live visuals coming to you from the Bewa Palace in Yendi, and it's the investiture of the new Yana Abukar II. Earlier you heard a Right Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante. He's the chairman of the National Peace Council. He sent congratulatory messages to the people of Dagbon and all who have played a role in ensuring that there is peace in Dagbon. And he called for all to support the reign of Yana Abukari II. He also did mention that the people of Dagbon and at large the nation should not permit those who would want to sow seeds of discord to ruin the peace that has been attained so far. Currently, we're expecting to hear from the Asantehene. He's representing the Asantehene, who led a committee of eminent chiefs to draw a roadmap for peace in Dagbon. And as you may be aware, and as you've heard from other people, the Asantehene's job in this peace process is very key, and many have sent congratulatory messages. Even Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante did the same. He also commended the security agencies for their role in the peace process. Today is historic indeed. 17 years after the assassination of Yana Yakubu Andani II, the people of Dagbon are seeing the investiture of another Yana, and the hope is that this action will bring more development, more peace and investment to Dagbon. Shortly, we'll be taking you back to the Gbewa Palace for that speech by the Asantehene, who is speaking on behalf of Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. Let's take you back to the Gbewa Palace in Yendi. It's now time to hear from Nana Otusrebo II, the Asantehene, and he is delivering a speech on behalf of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, who led a committee of eminent chiefs to draw the roadmap for peace in Dagbon.
I don't swear I know. That's what I casa. Etienne, aside from Bacasa, Bianchi, Jum.
President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, Your Royal Majesty Yana Abukari II, colleague members of the Council of State, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Ministers of State, my fellow chiefs, regional ministers, service commanders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is on behalf of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei the Second, the owner of the Asantehene Kingdom, that I deliver this address. We come to the historic seat of Bewa today to have tidings from the golden stool and your brothers and sisters of Asantehene. Tidings of joy and hope for a new dawn in the destiny of the proud kingdom of Gabon. 2 centuries ago, the destinies of Gabon and the Asante Kingdom were linked together in a strategic marriage between the Bewa king and an Oyuko royal from the house of the occupants of the golden stool. The marriage produced a son who was in the enviable position of being both a prince of Gabon and a royal of Asantehene. That son went to succeed his father as Yana Mahama Abukari II. And that was the friendship of the two kingdoms, raised and fortified by the blood of the two royal houses. It could therefore not be anything less than the call of destiny that moved President Donald Trump to turn to the occupants of the golden stool to head a group of eminent chiefs with the venerated Nayiri and the Yamura to find a traditional pathway to the resolution of a crisis created by the tragic murder of the late Yana and Yakubu II. The crisis has torn the heart of Gabon apart. Such brother against brother deprive the people the development they need. It is not only Gabon who have suffered from this crisis. It has been the most complex challenge to traditional governance in Ghana. The most expensive security challenge to the nation and a great source of concern to those with responsibility for the peace of the West African subcontinent. From the territories of Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Cote d'Ivoire, the international community trembles over the danger of Gabon spinning out of control and escalating into yet another threat to the peace of the sub-region. Dealing with such a complex and emotive challenge requires the patience of Job, the wisdom of Solomon, and the perseverance of the apostles. To the glory of God, we come together today to bear testimony that at long last, after 16 grueling and agonizing years, the deed is indeed done. And we can proclaim to the world peace at last. Thank God, Gabon has peace at last. So we have come to bear homage to the symbol of that peace, the father and monarch of this great kingdom, Yana Abukari II, as he takes the sacred scale of his forefathers with the second oath to lead all his people into a new era of peace and prosperity. From today, Yana Abukari II, you are the soul of this kingdom, the embodiment of the proud heritage of Gabon, and the guardian of the destiny of your people. The people of Gabon now know that they can afford to get rid of the baggage of the past decades. Because they have a common father they can look up to for leadership and turn to in times of difficulty. They have a father who is now able to define a new vision for united effort to bring economic and social development to them. Out of the chaos of the past 16 years has emerged a landmark which should fill every Ghanaian and every believer in Africa with the greatest pride. For the Dagbon crisis has demonstrated beyond all doubt that a traditional system of governance offers adequate formula for the resolution of the many challenges to the peace and prosperity of our continent. And we have also demonstrated that the collaboration of the elected government with the traditional authorities and confidence in the sincerity of government are indispensable factors in the sustenance of peace. This crisis persisted through the administration of three presidents. It has taken the passionate commitment of His Excellency Yana Akufo-Addo to deliver the peace to Dagbon. Peace to Dagbon was indeed one of the major electoral promises Nana as a candidate made. Today, we all congratulate you, Your Excellency. President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces for delivering on your promise. And it is not only the people of Dagbon, but all Ghanaians who must show gratitude. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
You heard there a speech on behalf of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, who led a committee of eminent chiefs to draft the roadmap of peace roadmap to peace in Dagbon. And per the program we're supposed to receive a speech by the President of the National House of Chiefs, Togbi Afeda the 14th, and we are told that he's supposed to speak shortly after the speech on behalf of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II. Just some brief highlights of that speech delivered. The new Yana has been charged to remember that he is the soul of the kingdom and guardian of the destiny of his people. And the people of Dagbon have also been encouraged to support in maintaining the peace process. Now, right after this, we're expecting a speech from the President of the National House of Chiefs, Togbi Afeda the 14th. And after that, we would hear from the man for whom all have gathered in Yendi today, Yana Abukari II. After that, we're expecting a speech from President Akufo-Addo. Then the program officially will come to a close. But as we've been told by my colleague Justice Bade, who's leading the coverage in this event for us in Yendi, there is also some expectation of jubilation and merrymaking right after this. So just stay with us here on the Joy News channel as we bring you all you need to know on the investiture of Yana Abukari II. Hello there, I'm Bernice Abubeidulanso, and you're watching a special edition of News Today as we continue to cover the investiture of Yana Abukari II. Let's take you back to the Bewa Palace now. The president of the National House of Chiefs, Dogby Afed the 14th, is addressing the people there.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Adodamwa Mukwano, Committee of Eminent Chiefs, Nana Utosewo, Chairman of Council of State, representing His Royal Majesty Utosewo Osejo II, colleague members of the National and all other chiefs gathered here, members of the Council of State, ministers of state and other top government officials, members of the ladies and gentlemen, joy to be part of this moment. Many of you here to the protracted Dagon crisis, which has been a big dent on the image of may not.
Even after Otumfuo confidently presented his roadmap to peace in Dagbon at the colorful event at the Jubilee House on the 23rd of November 2018, exactly 9 weeks ago, many of us still had doubts. So on behalf of the National House of Chiefs, and for that matter, all the chiefs of this country, I want to congratulate and thank our brothers, the Abudu and Andani families of Dagbon, for embracing peace and thus doing a great honor to the chieftaincy institution. As the National House of Chiefs, Your Excellency, we have become increasingly concerned about the dignity and relevance of the chieftaincy institution in contemporary Ghana. We recognize that we're relevant. Our institution must address itself to the needs of our people. Our nation and its people aspire for development, one that provides jobs for our youth, the basic necessities of life, and enhanced living standards. Luckily, our nation is endowed with more than its fair share of the world's natural resources. Added to this, our energetic and youthful population, and it becomes obvious that all the ingredients for rapid development are here. But we cannot realize our full development potential unless we are united and at peace with each other. That is why the National House of Chiefs has developed a comprehensive program for the resolution of outstanding chieftaincy disputes, and is also embarking on other programs to reduce to the barest minimum the incidence of new disputes. The resolution of the Dagbon chieftaincy dispute, one of our very top concerns, comes as a big relief. That is why we owe a debt of gratitude to His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osejo II and his committee of eminent chiefs for the wonderful job they have done, not only for Dagbon, but for all of Ghana. Successive governments have played their roles, but His Excellency President Akufo-Addo and his government deserve special praise. Your Excellency the President, I want to remind all of us that the real work for sustaining peace in Dagbon has only just begun. I want to ask all our politicians to play their role. Very importantly, let us take politics out of Dagbon matters. Dagbon people are one, and all perceived differences are political constructions. To our Dagbon brothers and sisters, I have a humble request. Please remember that Dagbon cannot achieve much unless you stay united. We have a common desire for development. Let's join hands in pursuit of that objective so that we will leave a legacy of peace, unity, and development for our children and grandchildren. Today, you all are pledging your support for our new king. As usual, I can imagine you saying, "We are behind you. We are behind you." I hope that in times of difficulty, when our new king turns to look back, he will find all of you behind him. Your Royal Majesty, Yana Abuka II, I recall the very warm reception you gave Dasebre Kwebu Ewusi, the 7th Vice President of the National House of Chiefs, Nana Soglo Alo IV, and me at your palace at Salevugu when we visited you on the 2nd of November 2016, prior to the elections that gave Dasebre and me the mandate to lead the National House of Chiefs. We discussed our shared desire for a new image for chieftaincy and the need to restore dignity and nobility to the institution. We also spoke about the need for a new development orientation so that we can remain relevant to the aspirations of our people. You counseled us in few words, but those few words portray the fact that you were destined for greatness. You and I now share a big opportunity to transform chieftaincy, encourage a stronger development orientation, and promote the modernization of customary law. I look forward to working with you on the ideas we shared during that historic visit, so that together we would further the cause of chieftaincy. By stepping into the shoes of the great kings of Dagbon, you have accepted a great responsibility. I ask that you keep your doors open so that all your people can partake in unity in your development agenda and in the creation of your legacy. We believe that the kingmakers of Dagbon have made the right choice, and we trust that you will prove them right. Your Excellency the President, on behalf of the National House of Chiefs, I want to commend all those who had aspired to serve Dagbon in the position of Yana. They all still have a role to play. There is nothing to fight for except the development of Dagbon and its people. Let no one mislead you. Please rally behind the new king in pursuit of your common interest in the welfare of Dagbon. Finally, Your Excellency, we want to remind all who find it difficult to forget the past that the journey ahead of us is longer than the one we have traveled. It is time to leave the past and focus on the future. Thank you once again for this great day. Long live Dagbon. Long live Ghana. Thank you.
You just had the president of the National House of Chiefs, Togbi Afede the 14th, and just shortly we're expecting to hear from the man, His Royal Majesty Yana Abukari II, who is being outdoored as the new Yana for Dagbon after 17 years of no Yana. Now the people are excited. We've brought you sounds and sights. We've brought you women, men, children, all dancing. People from all walks of life, literally excited by this historic event. Right after hearing from Yana Abukari II, we also expect the President of the Republic of Ghana to speak as well. And then the program will officially end with a vote of thanks. But as we've been told by my colleague Justice Bid, who is covering this event for us in Yendi, there's also some expectation of a lot of merrymaking after this official event. So we'll be bringing you more updates on that, and even as we wait to hear from Yana Abukari II.
Inspector General of Police, honorable members of Parliament, honorable members of Council of State, delegations of Otunfuo, led by Asantehene Nana Otunsibo II, who is also the chairman of Council of State, representative of Nairi, led by Iyo Rana, Yamya Toka, and Muzurana, and representatives of Yegbawura, led by Bupewura, Jinapo, and Tulewura, and Kwemiwura. Your Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Amani Mahama, Presidents of the Regional Houses of Chiefs, led by the President Togbe Afede, the 14th President of the National House of Chiefs, and Agbugobi Fia of Asoglu State, Paramount Chiefs present, MMDCs present, and other chiefs present, ambassadors, other members of diplomatic corps, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I am delivering the speech of Yana, Mahama Abubakar II, on the occasion of his anniversary at Yendi on Friday. On this fateful Friday, the old order changes yielding place to new. This is a historic day, a unique day, being a day of my investiture as the 42nd Yana of Dagba. This man is a memorable one, being a member of the two royal families of Dagba, Abdu and Dane, and their followers buried the hatchet and united for the sake of peace and development of Dagba and Ghana. And Allah, in approval of the new path we have charted for ourselves, gave us showers of blessings when I entered Katindu on Friday, 18 January 2019, as the 42nd Yana. Today is a happy day for the people of Dagba, sons and daughters of Dagba. Wherever they live or work, will look upon this day as an extraordinary one. Our ancestors will now rest in peace in their final places of abode. I see them smile upon us this afternoon. All of Dagbang say today in unison, Allahu Akbar. Your Excellency, this great day, the 25th of January 2019, will feature in the history of Dagbang, Northern Ghana, and Ghana as a momentous day. Your Excellency, today has been possible as a result of your unparalleled courage, great sense of fairness, and strong leadership. Dagbang will forever be grateful for your sterling leadership and warm friendship to us. On countless occasions, you publicly declared your neutrality in the unfortunate Dagbang skin dispute. You insisted you were neither Andani nor Abudu. Indeed, you have said you are, quote unquote, Abudani. You said you had no vested interest in who ascended the nameship of Dagba. You pledged to work for unity, peace, and development of Dagba. Since assuming the high office of President of our country, and you have acted strictly in accordance with your pledge to Dagba. Over the past 2 years, you and your government have acted fairly and impartially in this matter. You never gave up, even in the face of enormous challenges in your pursuit of peace and unity in Dagbon. You deployed the full arsenal and resources of state to achieve what we are witnessing today in the forecourt of Nigeria's palace, the official palace of the Dagbon state. Your Excellency, you have indeed fulfilled your promise to Dagbon. Dagbon will eternally be grateful to you. New Palace, Your Excellency, having ensured that there is now a united Dagbon, you have one major job to do for Dagbon. It is the construction of a befitting palace for the Yana. I earnestly appeal to you to build a palace for Dagbon. Your provision of a palace for the Yana will be a great supplement to the great achievement you have already chalked by uniting Dagbon. Dagbon is forever grateful to Your Excellency. Despite visited on us, Dagbamba, by our countrymen and women, as people locked in chieftaincy conflicts, should end this month and this moment. Now, Chairman, Your Excellency, the President of the Fourth Republic, you are in Yendi, the seat of former Kingdom of Dagbon, founded in about the year 1200 by our great ancestor, Nagewa. The great ancestor of Mampuru, Dagon, Nanung, Moshi, Talensi, Wala, and Kusasi. The traditional state I am to preside over is of a sizable area. It is 14,416.5 square kilometers and has a population of about 1 million people. It has 16 parliamentary constituencies and 13 administrative districts. It has fertile land for agriculture and the largest number of cattle and sheep in the country. It has commercial iron ore deposits in Shini, and alluvial gold was recently found in Asantehene in the Tolong district. In this connection, let me take the opportunity to call on all investors at home and abroad to come to Dagbon and invest. They can invest in solar energy, share nuts, mining, agriculture, animal husbandry, tourism, building industry, and cloth manufacturing, particularly the northern smoke, which has its origin in Dagbon. Under marine, education, food security, local economic development, environmental security and peace building will be paramount. We will partner with the international community, the government of Ghana, and other development agencies to accelerate peace and development in Dagbon and northern region. I shall also count on corporate institutions and business community in Ghana to facilitate this work. The Otufuo Committee of 3 eminent chiefs was established in 2003 by former President J.A. Kufuor, when Dagbon was set on fire by the leader of the Yana Yakubu II. Its main objective was to quench the blazing fire and to restore the peace of Dagbon, which had been destroyed almost beyond restoration and beyond pardon. At the initial stages of the mediation, the parties refused to meet face to face. At some stages of the negotiations, the delegations were on each other's throats. A good deal of compromises were made by the parties as proceedings moved towards the end. Hard rules which could be bent were bent by the committee in order to reach compromises. When lovers of gold and silver coins go to the market for their purchases, and there are no gold or silver coins, but mixed gold and silver coins, they must be prepared to go home empty-handed, or buy the mixed gold silver coins. Let me add that when antiquated customs and peace are in conflict, it is better to let peace prevail. Abudu and Dani royal families found themselves in the same situation that lovers of gold and silver coins found themselves. They were not prepared to leave Manshia Palace without a deal. The decision we took at Manshia Palace gave birth to the ceremony you are witnessing today. After 15 years of hard work and compromises by the committee and conflicting parties, the Abudu and Dani royal families of Dagbon agreed to what we are witnessing today, the investiture of myself as Yana Abubakar II. 80 years ago, my father Yana Muhammad II ascended to the Dagbon throne from the gate skin of Biang. In 1876, my grandfather, Yana Andani II, ascended the Dagbon throne from the gate skin of Sabulgo. My countrymen and women, today is my turn to ascend our ancient throne from Sabulgo after the Otunfo committee had joined the broken pieces together. During my reign as overlord of Dagbon, I intend, with the support of chiefs and people of Dagbon, to do away with the antiquated customs and to remove the bottlenecks in our constitution. This will ensure peace and rapid development of Dagbon. The antiquated customs were great assets to us yesterday. If they are stumbling blocks to our peace and development today, we must do away with them. I declare before you all that I shall be just and fair in my rule of Dagbon. I shall do justice to all manner of people in Dagbon, whether they are Dagomba or Anufu, whether they are Asante or Konkomba, whether they are Moshi or Hausa, and whether they are Abudu or Andani. As you are aware, the Judicial Council and the Court of the Yana from time immemorial are composed of people who have their origins from Moshi, Hausa, Wangara, Gurinchi, Ashanti, and Dagomba. Let me assure all the people of Dagbon that for the rest of my active life, be it long or short, I will be devoted to the service of Dagbon. I shall endeavor to uphold the dignity and pride of Dagbon. I shall uphold the customs and traditions of Dagbon. I shall strengthen the good and friendly relations Dagbon has with all its neighbors, traditional rulers, and beyond. May I ask all my people in Dagbon, Abus and Andanis, Dagomba and Konkomba, Chekosi and Basari, Yoruba and Zantansi, to join me to thank the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for his determination to reunite the people of Dagbon for his success in that regard. To thank their majesties, Otunfo Setutu II Asantehene, Nayiri, Nabagu Abdullahi Mamisherga, overlord of Mampurgu, the Yebunura Tuntumbarsa, Jacob Suleimana, overlord of the Jonja land, for their determination to restore peace in Dagbon after it had been engulfed by fire and bitterness. For their sacrifices of time, money, patience, and tolerance, and for their success. To thank former Presidents J.J. Rawlings, former President John Atta Mills of blessed memory, former President John Kufuor, former President John Mahama, for their significant contribution towards the achievement of peace in Dagbon. To thank the Northern Regional Minister, my grandson, Salfo Said, and his dedication to work and for his enthusiastic implementation of the roadmap to the letter. To thank members of the Abuja and Andani delegations, to the Otumfuo Mediation Committee, be they alive or dead, for many of them are now dead, for their efforts in the peace process, to thank members of Dagbang Manuzungo, a youth group, for their rekindling of the drive for peace by the Otumfuo Committee, to thank members of Parliament for their pressure on all governments of Ghana to secure peace in Dagbang, to thank the media for their role in promoting peace in Dagbang, and finally, to thank everyone, known and unknown, who worked or prayed for the return of peace to Dagbang. Mr. President, let me thank profoundly the security agencies for their tireless efforts and extraordinary sacrifices in maintaining peace in Dagbang. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Dagbang is racing again. Dagbang has taken its place of pride. Dagbang will contribute to the development of Ghana. Dagbang will live in peace, unity, and development. I pledge to all of Ghana to lead this great effort of making Dagbang great and strong. God bless Dagbang and make our country Ghana great. Thank you.
Really appreciate your company here on Joy News. I'm Bernice Abubedulansa, and this is our continuing coverage of the investiture of Yana Abukari II, the 44th Yana of the Dagbon Kingdom. And so far we've been bringing you speeches from different people. We heard a speech from the chairman of the National Peace Council, Right Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante. We also heard from a representative of the Asantehene, Drabinghene, Nana Otu Sirebo II. Then we heard from the president of the National House of Chiefs, Togbi Afede XIV. What you just heard is a speech read on behalf of Yana Abukari II. A few highlights there, and he did appreciate the work of President Akufo-Addo in retaining or bringing back peace to the people of Dagbon, but he did appeal for the construction of a befitting palace for himself, that's the Yana, and also he promised to do away with antiquated customs and bottlenecks in their constitution and to do justice to all manner of persons. And he did add that he's devoted to the service of Dagbon and also in uplifting the dignity and integrity of the Dagbon people.